You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
Good morning, YouTube. It is a little snowy here. There you go, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. You got to see the intro and the dancing ladies. So yeah, good morning, everyone. We are dealing with a little bit of snow this morning. Yeah, so that's what we woke up to this morning. It's supposed to snow pretty much the rest of the day, so I'll be shoveling. I'll be shoveling later. But yeah, happy Saturday morning, everybody. Oh wow, that's cold for Florida. Yeah. Yeah, it's about 24 here this morning. I'm just taking a look because I'm about 20 right now, and pretty much snowing all across the Northeast. Yeah, Orlando, look at that. Orlando's at 45. Wow. So, morning, Chop. Morning, J Rails. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so it'll be one of those days where we're inside other than going out to shovel and clean cars, that type of deal. So thanks. Already had breakfast, so now it's just on to the comics. So yeah, a couple things, couple books I wanted to mention. I got some shout outs too. But last week I had a video and I showed some recent books that I picked up and a win from SimpleSimon and a giveaway win. And he sent me this book and I failed to notice. So this is Batman Detective #1. But my hand was covering a Tom Taylor signature on the front cover. And Simon pointed it out to me. So, and I totally missed it when I opened up the gift, the giveaway. So that's really cool to have, Batman Detective #1 with a signature right up on the front. So really cool. So I just wanted to mention that. And that's one of the shout outs today is Simon. His link is down below. And I know most of you guys know who Simon is. But definitely go check him out. He's trying to hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. And he is about 60 subscribers. I think the last time I checked, he was around 940. So definitely go check out Simon. Great guy in the community. So we definitely want to support him and help him hit that big milestone. So good morning, Naman. Thanks for stopping in this morning. Yeah, Simon is great. He's got such a great channel. I really enjoy watching his Nerd Day Out videos that he does with Captain Sarah, and just when he's interacting with like Mark at his LCS or Mad Spidey pops in every once in a while. So it's definitely a great channel. So definitely go check him out. The other one of the other channels I wanted to mention today is Nick's Nick the Comic Nerd. And so Nick and I live like 20 minutes away from each other, but we haven't met up. We actually go to the same LCS. So you definitely want to go check out his channel. He was on In the Hot Seat over at Gary B's channel on Thursday night, did a great interview. So definitely go check out his channel as well. And the last one I have up is Sam's Tangled Web. And that's really, I think you guys know the story of Sam. Sam was a community member. He passed away last year. And we really want to try to get his channel and help it live on and get him up to 1,000 subs. So his link is down below too, and he's got some great content, well over 200 videos, and he's a big Spider-Man fan. So definitely want to go check him out as well. So those kind of the three channels I wanted to highlight this week is Simon, Nick, and Sam's Tangled Web. So definitely go check those out. I dropped a link in the chat too. If anybody wants to join me this morning, that would be good. Come on, and I'm not going anywhere right now, so too much snow out there. So other than shoveling today, that's about what I have on my schedule. So if anybody wants to jump on, wanted to talk a little bit about some of the books I read this week. So Amazing Spider-Man 87. This was a pretty good read, kind of a filler type issue, I felt. Peter Parker has been banged up in the hospital in a coma, and he's trying to come out of it, and he's obviously trying to get better, and Black Cat and Captain America kind of try to help him get ready to be back out in the streets and swinging around. And so they basically take him through a series of like training exercises, and they put him in some, they haven't given him back his costume yet. And so he's in some weird get-ups, paper bag type thing over his head. And so it's pretty funny to see, what they're running him through. So, Northeast is getting hit pretty hard right now. So, thanks. But so definitely looks like they're leading up to obviously Spider-Man Peter Parker getting back to good health, and he is trying to work towards that. But they're also, the story with Ben Reilly now is that Beyond Corporation has kind of messed with some of his memories, his recent memories, but that also caused some issues with his past memories. So certain things like, with great responsibility, the Spider-Man saying. And so I think they're kind of setting up later in the storyline where, Peter and Ben could be at odds because of what has happened with Riley with Beyond Corporation. So it'll be interesting to see where that story goes. The other book was Black Cat, Mary Jane and Black Cat #1, and this is kind of a one-shot, a tie-in to the Amazing Spider-Man story with Beyond. And this was a pretty good read. I mean, throughout the current storyline with Spider-Man, where he's been in the hospital, Mary Jane and Black Cat have been, kind of by his side, even though they are both kind of, former love interest of him. They're kind of working together and keeping a watchful eye over, Peter. And so in this scenario, in this story, they kind of go on a side mission to kind of help Peter. So it's pretty good. And there's a little bit of bonding between the two, so they're not at odds. They realize that they both have a spot in Peter's life, and they're okay with it. So it was pretty good. A pretty good storyline. And the other book I read so far this week was Devil's Reign 3. And this storyline I've enjoyed. The kind of quick summary on this one is that Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, is mayor of New York City, and he's basically outlawed superheroes. And so he basically has a task force of villains and NYPD that are basically hunting down the heroes in the city. And so the heroes are kind of on the run, hiding out. And there we go. Nick's jumping in. Good morning, sir. How are you?
What's up? Why can't I hear anything? Uh-oh.
I can hear you.
I can't hear. Hold on 2 seconds. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh no, here we go again.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, that's why. Better?
Can you hear me now?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you talk
So
again?
we'll wait until
Oh,
hopefully
no.
Nick figures out the. Oh, he dropped out. All right, hopefully he'll be back. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. You've been up early the last couple days. You were on the Legion Comics hangout yesterday. Man, you've been. I don't know if you're up from last night or. Scott, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. So everybody's saying hello to everybody. I ended it real quick last night. I was on for about a half hour. I didn't have a lot of people that were interested in buying books, so I kind of just shut it down. I didn't want to, spend too much time there. So a couple people mentioned they were budget's a little tight, this month or this week. So I shut it down. I'll probably do it again. Mike doesn't sleep. So I'll probably do the auction again later, probably in the next couple months. All right, we'll try this, Nick. Can you hear me?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on.
Oh, wow. All right, Mike. Yeah, didn't sleep. All right. Yeah, there was a lot. I the last time I did an auction, I did it on a Sunday night and had a pretty good turnout. But I said, oh, let me try Friday night. But there was a lot of stuff going on last night. I know DJ had his big show. There were a bunch of other shows. I think a bunch of guys were doing some whatnot auctions last night. So, no big deal.
I can hear.
You can hear? Figured it out?
Somehow.
Well, good morning. Yeah,
Good morning.
I watched we were talking about the Rangers last night, but yeah, I caught the end of the game. They lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ceremony was great. They did a good job for him.
Yeah, I missed most of it, but I caught some of it, and then I watched some of the highlights and replay of it, which was really cool. I saw some of the gifts that he got. He got some pretty nice.
Yeah, there was some
pretty
awesome
nice gifts
stuff in there. Yeah. Did you
It's
shovel
funny
yet?
too that. So we're talking hockey for those listening in, but New York Rangers. We're both New York Ranger fans, and they just retired one of their better goalies over the last 30, 40 years. He retired, and they retired his number. So, but he's big friends with John McEnroe.
When he came to New York, Johnny McEnroe was like one of the first people he started like exercising with, and they started playing tennis together. And I think that's so cool. Like the people he became close with, like him and Sean Avery still play in a band together. Like they still do music together.
Okay, yeah, because I thought wasn't McEnroe in the band with them as well at some point. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's kind of crazy those connections.
Yeah, seriously.
And then too, they were showing some of the highlights. People, wishing him well on his career and retirement, and it was like. Keenan Thompson, Justin Tuck, guys that you just wouldn't think that are like hockey fans. And I know there are a lot of Ranger fans because you see them at the games, but it was pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, no, it was a great event. It was great to see everybody there for him. Thank you. It was sad. I wanted Eddie Jockman to be there so bad, but he couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Still really cool stuff. It was great to see.
Yeah.
Oh, breakfast is served. Egg Sandy Day.
Oh, nice.
Did you shovel it all yet?
No, I did a little just in the backyard for my dogs, but
cool.
Now it's going to snow all day, so I got to go out in a little while. And how about you? Did you do anything or no?
I just went and tackled it. I do it like in spurts though. So like I went out last night at midnight and shoveled like 2 inches, so I didn't have to lift it, and then I went out at like 6 in the morning, and then I went out at 8:30. So just to
Yeah,
push.
no, it's definitely better to do it that way than try to do it all at once if you're shoveling.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't have a snowblower. My driveway is like all gravel, so I get terrified it's gonna catch something and shoot it out.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but
yeah, a lot of shows last night. I was popping around a little bit. I was watching the hockey game and trying to catch up on some other videos and popping around to some of the live streams. There was a lot going on. It's I mean, pretty much now too. Anytime you pop on, there's somebody in a live stream somewhere. So
yeah, no, it makes it great. It's the only way I survived quarantine this week, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, last night was good. I watched you, and then I watched DJ, and then I watched The Hunt. It was great.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to jump on Whatnot. I wanted to, but I was like, I'm gonna spend money I don't have now.
Yeah, I think there was a few people. I think Taylor Winder and a few others had some streams, some Whatnot auctions going on last night. So yeah, I avoided that as well because I was like, I don't need to spend any more money right now. So,
did you get a chance to read Mary Jane and Black Cat?
I did. Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay. It was. What I found interesting was, because they've been kind of in the storyline with Amazing Spider-Man, kind of keeping an eye on Peter. But it was interesting that they've kind of found common ground. Like they're not at each other. They're just like, all right, look, we've got Peter Parker's best interest in us, and this little side mission that they go on. So
yeah. I thought it was actually super enjoyable, and they got away with saying some risky stuff in there that I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
At the end and everything, I was like, all of a sudden I read it, and I was like, did I just read that right? And really funny stuff. I thought.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I mean, and the fact that they're like, they're okay with each other, and they kind of became buddies a little bit, so which is good. I think it's good for the storyline going forward because, I think everybody agrees that they want Peter and Mary Jane to kind of move forward, with their relationship. But the Black Cat is such a, she's a good ally to have for him in the storyline. So
yeah, she's cool because you can always bring her back and forth because she's gonna come in, do some good, and then she's always gonna find a way to kind of like, mess herself up, and it just makes her story better.
Yeah, Scott, I saw you were doing some cataloging last night. I saw the link. I was gonna jump on, and then I got distracted, and then before I know it, you had wrapped up. I know I saw
Mark
was on with you and Digger Jim, I think, right? Yeah. So you're done with quarantine now, Nick?
Yep. All over. I get to go back to work Monday, and I am so excited. But brutal, such a boring few weeks because I live at home with my parents, so I was stuck in my room. It's not like I had like my whole house, unfortunately.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like I would put my mask on and like go do like my laundry or something, but other than that,
yeah, no, it was the same thing. When my wife and I both had it in November, and our sons are home. They live at home, and we had to kind of like we were, spending time in our bedroom or just away from them, and then cooking was like an issue because. If we made food, we didn't want them to have it, or like I'm wearing gloves and a mask when I'm cooking.
Yep, exactly.
It's a little strange to be kind of a prisoner in your own home.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's terrible, but.
Yeah. So what, you got anything going on this weekend other than work on Monday?
Tomorrow, I don't think so. Tonight's the Royal Rumble though for WWE. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. I love the Royal Rumble, dude. I have all my picks laid out. I'm just hoping for a good event. I hope WWE doesn't do anything stupid because I feel like that's all they're doing now. But
good morning, Mark. We got Jerry popping in.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jerry's by us too, right?
Oh yeah, he's close by too. Yeah, Jerry just did his.
He did his 1,000 subscriber
giveaway. I think Mark Spector won it. So, so that was good to see. Yeah, we got to try to get. We've got a couple comics. We got Jerry. We've got Comic Journey, and two of us. We got to try to get together at some point. Maybe when Maybe when the weather is not so crazy.
Yeah, we need like free comic book day to come out and then just go hang out there.
Yeah, yeah. Where is the Royal Rumble on? Is it pay-per-view or is it?
Yeah, it's on. If you have Peacock, you can get it on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brad jumping in. Good morning, everyone. Yeah.
A lot of good.
Yeah, I haven't watched wrestling in such a long time.
Yeah.
I used to watch it back in the day. I saw it. I might have been in high school at the time, but we went and there was an event at one of the local high schools.
Oh, no way.
We saw the Wild Samoans, Jimmy Snuka.
Wow.
And a bunch of guys, and it was like there was like 500 people in the. It was like in the gym of the high school.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy to see these guys up, like up close.
That's really amazing. Very cool.
And then I went to another event at the Nassau Coliseum. I forget what it was. I know Ultimate Warrior at the time. It was in one of. He might have been a champion, an intercontinental champion or something.
Oh, very cool.
And I got to see that too. So
very cool. I love watching his entrances into the Rumble. The dude is wild. But
I haven't really watched much of the recent stuff.
It hasn't been great. It's bad that I just always watch it, but I mean, I just still have faith. Like, oh, they're gonna turn it around and it's gonna be good again, and I'm hoping this is the year. So
it's like Spider-Man comics. We're hoping it's gonna get better.
It's so funny because my brother was saying to me the other day because he never watched like any of the MCU movies, but he wanted to go see No Way Home. So I was like, all right, yeah, we'll go see it. So we went and saw it when it came out. And the other day he's like, do you read any Spider-Mans? Like, should I read them? I was like, I don't read them. I was like, I watch this guy Brian. He does a review every time one comes out. I was like, that's how I read Spider-Man.
That's funny.
Yeah, better for me that way.
Yeah, you don't have to spend the money.
Mm.
Yeah, and he was when I saw Superfly Snuka, he did his patented move, jumping off the top rope and the whole thing. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, that was a good. And I forget what it was. I think it was like it was like $10 to get in or whatever it was.
Wow.
It was
that's
one
really
of
cool.
those, and it was. Yeah. I mean, how many fans can a gym hold with the ring?
Seriously.
Locally, it was just all like folding chairs set up, so everybody was close to the ring. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, a bunch of people jumping in. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping in.
What about you?
I'll show you. I have a video of the snow from this morning. I just took a quick video.
Oh, sweet.
So that's just the backyard, and so I'll be out there later because I have two dogs and they're like 25 pounds. They're Shiba Inus, but they're small. They're low to the ground, so I got to cut. When the snow gets too deep, I got to cut them paths through the yard. So I got to do that, and then I got to go shovel out front. So
that's funny. Yeah, my dog is wild. He's only like 2. And every time it snows, first of all, he barks while it's falling down, which is terrible. So we have to close all the windows and block him off. But I go and I like shovel him like an area to go, and I give him a lot of space. He goes out there and just runs through it all. It's bigger than him, and I'm just like, dude, now you're just a mess, and I gotta like dry you off. It's terrible.
Yeah. Before I jumped on the live stream, I had to go out and just make sure because one of our dogs was out, and he was just running around. He's running around, like a crazy dog in the backyard, just going nuts. He loves the snow. But I was like, wanted to make sure he was all right before I jumped on here. So
yeah, they're fearless. That's the good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you read? Are you reading Devil's Reign?
Dude, so I am. I messed up. So I was telling you how our LCS let me do a curbside pickup, and I was just so excited because I was so bored Wednesday when I called them that I was like, "Can you just tell me what's on my pull list?" So they listed off like the 9 books, and I was like, perfect, I'll take that. And he's like, do you want anything else? And I was like, no, like that'll do. And I missed like 6 books because I was like, damn, I don't have these on my pull list. Like I don't have Devil's Reign on my pull list. I didn't grab it on my own. Like I missed Strange Academy last week because I forgot it's not on there, and I was like, oh crap, no, I'll never get it.
Oh, but yeah.
Was Devil's Reign 3 good?
Cover, right?
Yeah, was 3 good?
Three was good. Yeah, I mean it's. I mean I've liked the storyline because
Yeah.
it's the whole Wilson Fisk Kingpin Mayor and yeah it's been good.
Yeah, I like the Elektra thing a lot. I think they're doing a good job with her. I read Woman Without Fear. I thought that was
Okay.
really good last week. I think it's like going to be 6 issues or something like that. Um, Devil's Reign so far, I feel like has been like a slow burn, but I feel like it's going to take off. Like Fisk is going to do something nuts, and I think it's going to blow up and get really, really good.
Yeah, and the whole Doc Ock story in it too. So Doc Ock's up in Fantastic Four. He's got Reed's, all of Reed's, lab, and he's working on something. So,
Yeah,
it's interesting. They've been he's been intertwined in a bunch of different Doc Ock and a bunch of different storylines. So,
yeah,
interesting how they're using him now.
yeah. And I think it's a good place to bring him in too. Because this will be one of those things where you'll see multiple heroes come through. Also, I think so. Because wasn't Jessica Jones and Luke Cage were a big part of this one, right?
Yeah, well, that's what the storyline is, where they're trying to figure out a way to defeat Wilson and their Fisk, and what they're doing is they're putting Luke Cage up as running against him as mayor to try to
Okay, gotcha.
because they're like, well, how do we defeat him if he's the mayor? If we go take him out, we can't really take out the mayor of New York City.
Right.
So they're trying to run up another candidate against him, and Luke Cage is the guy. So
Very cool. Okay.
yeah. So, Shop for Comics. Good morning.
Yeah, I liked Chip Zdarsky is writing it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked his run during Daredevil in general. So
Yeah, I didn't read that, but I heard good things. Yeah.
yeah, I liked it when he picked that. I think that's when I picked up Daredevil, to be honest.
Well, I think this week they mentioned that they're rebooting or they're going to reboot it, and I think he's coming back to write it.
Yeah, he's going back to issue number 1 again. So
Yeah.
I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I mentioned too before you jumped on about the in the hot seat. That was good the other night with Gary.
oh, with Gary, yeah, that was fun. I feel so dumb because I always know I'm gonna get asked like who's like your favorite writer and your favorite artist. I'm like I can always tell you the writers, but the artists I'm always like I don't remember who draws anything. Like I'm so bad, so bad. So
I know I'm the same way. Like having gotten back into collecting over the last couple of years, it's there's a lot of new names.
yeah,
Like when I collected in the 80s, it was like McFarlane was big, or late 80s, early 90s. When McFarlane did Spider-Man, it was like that was a game changer. So I knew McFarlane. I knew like John Byrne, John Romita Jr. Those names, some of the older names. The newer guys, I'm not that familiar with. So
so many of them go by like unnoticed too, which is sad, but
right,
it's just the way it goes.
I'm trying to think who, because the Amazing Spider-Man this past issue, Zeb Wells did the writing, and the artist is Gomez, and the artist was the artwork was really good.
Is that the one with Captain America? Isn't he like holding up his suit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, that one.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's a cool cover.
Yeah, and the artwork in the book is so good, but I've been so like wrapped up in the story and thinking about doing the review that I kind of like just overlook the artwork. And
exactly.
Somebody mentioned it, and I went back and I'm like, oh wow, the artwork in this is really good.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I can tell you who writes probably everything I read. Everything else, I'm like, I don't know who's drawing any of it.
See you, Mike. Did you make that at home, or did you pick that sandwich up?
Made it at home.
Okay.
We ended up, running to the store and doing the milk, eggs, and bread thing. So.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are doing that. The last, with the storm, but I mean, it's like you just on a day like this, you just stay home.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, my street hasn't even been plowed, so I'm not getting there for a while. Yeah. I'm on like the back roads of like the North Shore, so like you've got to make like 30 turns from the main road to get to my house. People come to my house and they're like, "How did you do this?" I'm like, "You just get used to it."
Yeah. Sith dropping in. He's up early too. for West Coast guy.
Oh yeah.
It was funny too. I think yesterday, I think who was early? It was Promiscuous Time Traveler was on the Legion show at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like 5 a.m. West Coast time. I'm like,
Yeah, it's wild.
what is he doing?
Yeah, Mark gets up early every morning. I feel like all of it, but I love it because like if I'm up on Friday mornings, when he starts that stream, I'm like, I'm jumping in here. It gives me something to do. Like even if it's background noise, like, but it's always like there's at 8 o'clock, like he has people on already. I'm like, geez.
Yeah,
I'm just not that early of a morning person.
I know. Yeah, that and then usually too, Bueller does his show Monday morning at like 8 o'clock. So same thing. Like I'm getting ready, doing stuff for work, and I just kind of have it on in the background.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot about Spine Ticks tonight. I always forget about that show. I don't know why. And then I always watch it. I never make it to the end of Spine Ticks though. I don't know if you ever try and get on and watch them.
I do. I usually get the first like half hour and then that's it. I'm done.
Yeah. I'll usually fall asleep in my chair and then be like, oh, I gotta get up. Like it's like 1:30 for me here, so they've already been on for like 2.5 hours. But yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you get up early enough on a Sunday, you can still catch the end of the show. They're still going.
Yep.
Yeah, I try to catch, I'll go back and try to catch the replay, or sometimes Sif will do like the highlights. He'll clip out segments, which is really good because you can kind of see some of the highlights, the best parts.
Yep.
So
yeah.
But yeah, like last weekend I jumped on, or maybe I was watching the replay. I forget what it was, but Roscoe was doing his Russian character impression, which is
Roscoe.
Yeah, which is hysterical. So
that's funny. That's a great panel because they all do their own little thing too during the middle of it, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, they jumped on. They were on, I think, Thursday night too. They did like a card. They were showing off some card packs and some card rips.
Oh,
Thursday.
sick!
Yeah.
I did a lamer frame with Sith Lordly once, and all of a sudden he turned around and pulled like a box out behind him that you always see the box behind him. And he started pulling out like his favorite Raider cards, and I was like, "This is so cool! Like this should be its own thing." So,
yeah, it's interesting to see. I've been watching some of the other like card channels that just do strictly cards.
Yeah,
and they're like that whole community is just like the comic book side. Very, very supportive. They do a lot of. They don't call them AOKs. They call them RAKs, random acts of kindness. So a lot of gifts. Oh, it's Tylex. There he is. Good morning.
What's up?
What's up?
Just waking up there, buddy?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think he needs his coffee yet.
Yeah. I finally went back, dude, and watched.
Wait, hold on. I gotta. Yeah.
After you told me about the episode of Rob's Fat Stacks. What's up, Remy?
What's going on, yo?
What time is it?
Remy already having a beer this morning? What was he drinking?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's his morning protein shake. I like it, dude. I went back and watched that. What's that show called? Slab. I suck, man. Slab Hub.
Slab Hub. Yeah.
Dude,
Rob's channel. Yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, I was peeing my pants.
Oh, the Pokemon one.
Yeah, that was so amazing.
Yeah, you can't watch Rob's channel. I just make it a point not to because it just makes me insanely jealous of his mustache and of his comics. The wall behind him is just intimidating.
Yeah, the Slab Hub is an intimidating show because their guys are just pulling out, crazy slabs. But the Pokemon one, Tyler got him. That was funny. Rob, if you just watch Rob's reaction to it, he's just like.
Yeah,
hey,
it's hysterical.
You know what though? Very seriously, and I know Rob said it, and because I'm actually going to be on next week, and I was hesitant to do it because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, you know what? I don't have anything that anybody wants to see, and I watched a few of them, and even like Southern Comic Geek, you know what I mean? Like obviously he has a whole wall of 181s, but it really, he had a lot of like. Custom covers that he had done and some Valiant stuff. Everybody kind of shows like just little things that they're into. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that the bangers aren't the requirement because I told Rob like, hey, I've got a very unusual collection of slabs. Like, what I keep is very odd. So,
I think that's the part of it, right? You just
right.
It doesn't have to be like high value. It's more about what people are collecting and just seeing books and slabs that you may have never seen, and some of the sketch covers too are, really great to see. So.
Yeah, no, next week that's 100%. Like I'm gonna go through. I mean, I might have a couple big books, but for the most part, I'm just gonna show the stuff that I don't think anybody's seen before. So
yeah, that's
what
good.
I'm going for.
Yeah. Well, that was Tyler's episode. There were a lot of slabs nobody had ever seen before.
Yeah. And it's cool because Rob is the type of guy, like, he's so big on collect what you love. Like the other day when I was on Gary B's channel, I showed him a slab I just got. And I was like, like, this is just for me. And then he turned around and pulled out like a Batman. He's like, there's no reason for this to be slabbed except for that I love the cover on it. I was like, that's really cool. So anything you show Remy, he's going to love. It's going to be awesome, dude.
Well, yeah. There are books that I have in my personal collection that are raw, but I'm like, I should probably get this slabbed just to, have it preserved. And it's just great artwork to look at.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of value, but yeah. The only issue is that CGC is like 14 months out at this point. So
yeah, CBCS, man.
Yeah, you keep hearing these stories of folks getting books back quickly, and then it's like, well, I don't know if you slid an extra 100 in there or what. Like,
seriously.
The grader like opens it up. It's like there's a note with a bill in there. Like, okay, I got this.
Yeah,
I got you.
What was it? UCBCS or what is it? Yeah, CBCS. Nick not Nick the comic nerd. He's here.
Nick's Kicks and Comics. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's Kicks and Comics. He lives like down the street. I'm gonna like send him books. He's gonna walk in, and then 3 weeks later, he can walk right back in and go get my books.
Yeah.
And then just ship them back to me. That's just way too convenient.
That book for him, Remy, was really cool. That the G.I. Joe Adventures, that was still really awesome, dude.
What was that?
What'd you get? You grabbed Nick, what was it, G.I. Joe Adventures or the Adventures of G.I. Joe 1?
Oh, the Tales of G.I. Joe.
The Tales, yeah.
No,
that was really cool.
That wasn't for Nick. I got that. Originally, I was trying to get that for Pocan Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, that. That I was trying to get Joe because he's working on like an '80s cartoon run, and so I was. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab the G.I. Joe that I thought I was going for. So
he'll love it. Send it to him, dude.
No, it's he doesn't need that one. I don't know what I'm probably gonna end up throwing that one back out into the community. So
cool.
I'll have it in my giveaway box.
There you go.
Yeah, no. Rob Fat Stacks had a bunch of G.I. Joe slabs that he got back that he got graded. But I think he had sent them to an old presser that he used to use and didn't do a very good job. So the results didn't come back as well, but they still look really good, slabbed.
Have I ever seen you show a slab book, Brian?
Yeah, I have a few. I've got I don't have a lot. I have about 10 or 12 books, slab books. Like I said, I have a stack that I have separated in my PC that I want to send out, but I just, with the current times, I might actually talk to Nick and see if he can do it at CBCS because I have Ultimate Fallout 4 and the second print, a couple books like that I want to keep, but have some pretty good value. Those are the type of books I want to get slabbed, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, I have a Wolverine 1, the limited series, and I think I got it 12, 13, 15 years ago, and I've always wanted to send it in. I've been too afraid to send it in. And it's funny because at the time, I remember I wanted to get it slabbed. I got it specifically because it was super high grade. I think it's the only book I ever bought where I was like, all right, I'm going to get a high grade of this particular book and then get it slabbed just because it was so iconic. And I happened to find it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get this one. I'll submit this one, and I don't know. It's like the one book that I fear to send in. I still haven't done it. So
that's funny.
And it's like astronomical if it actually comes back in a high grade. So I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's funny. It's hard to like send them off because like it's safe in your possession, but you have to trust it with somebody else, and now you have to trust it with them for a long time because of the turnaround time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know I haven't looked, but I know the wait times are they're just crazy.
Yeah. There we go.
Flash through the wind, baby.
There you go. What are you putting in that, man?
Huh? I've got whiskey in there now. No,
there you go.
No, I've got coffee. I got coffee.
That's how we do it here. Is breakfast.
Coffee with a splash of oatmeal.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm bougie about my coffee, man. It's funny because like people walk in my kitchen and be like, "Where did you get that bag of coffee from?" And I'm like, Bolivia. Like the wonders of Amazon, baby. Everything gets imported.
That's funny.
I'm ironically, I'm getting ready to go do a chainsaw unboxing, so that's why I'm gearing up.
Oh, no way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got to get the footage. I've been talking about doing it for I think about 2 weeks now, so I gotta film that, and I figured I'd get ready for it. So
very cool.
Is it what is the unboxing? Is it like a mystery box you're doing, or
it is a 616 mystery box?
Nice.
Yeah, I got it from Whatnot, and I tell you, I got it for a steal because it was the second box they put up, and I think I paid it was a little over $100, and by the end of the night, they were going for like $200 or $300. And wow. I actually lucked out. I don't know the books that are in it, but there is I think there's 5 or 6 raw books, and then they guaranteed one slab, and I know for mine they had included another slab, and it was a signature series, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Very cool.
So yeah, like I said, it was like luck of the draw that I got it early and I got it cheap, and so I'm excited to open it up. But
very cool.
Yeah, I've heard a few people doing that on Whatnot, doing mystery boxes that are like you said early on, you're getting them really undervalued compared to what what's in it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. When are you going to post that? When are you going to post that video?
I don't know. Possibly tomorrow. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I don't
look out for it.
No, I might post it tomorrow.
J80 asked us what is our favorite slab in your collection?
Ooh.
I don't have mine here. I have an ASM 80, which is the year and month I was born.
Oh, okay.
And it's my only under 100 ASM. So that's cool. my favorite. Mine's
a really easy one. I don't have one.
There you
go. I have close to what I had. Where did it actually put it up? I actually changed stuff. Right,
and Nick, you just got a bunch of books back too, right? You got
a
bunch of
I'm going through it right now looking. I think it's one of the ones I have above me, but I'm still going to look through the new box.
Did you submit those through our LCS?
So I didn't. I went to, there's a place down Port. He does it. I went through him. How'd you get that? Wow.
Nice.
I pulled it out of the slab. It had a cracked slab. I bought a cracked slab cheap for my comic book store back like 7 years ago. I think I paid like $80 for this.
Very cool.
And like I got it home, and he was like, "Yeah, you have to send it in to get reholdered." And I'm sitting there thinking that thing's coming out as soon as I get it home. It's still an 8.0. I guarantee it.
Nice. But, and you think you could get it pressed and cleaned and maybe get a bump on it if you got it resubmitted?
Let me look at it and see if I can actually look at it. This has never been pressed. Yeah, I can tell just by the spine it's never been pressed. Pressed and cleaned, it'd probably make it go up a little bit. I don't really see a whole lot of dirt. I think there's a crease on the back that makes it an 8.0. Other than that, it looks really nice. I mean, the corners are kind of sharp, except this one down here.
Yeah, and that's a newsstand too. That's nice.
Yeah. And so, he was like, "Yeah, you got to get reholdered." And I was like, "No, it's coming out. I want to read it." So
that's mine.
Power Rangers, nice.
Oh man, that is an awesome book.
It's funny because I got this off of, I don't remember the name on Instagram, but I bought the book for like $10 before. I don't know why this became so hot and expensive, And it was one of the first ones I sent out. So,
Dude, I remember when I was 6 years old and that show debuted. And dude, everybody went karate crazy. Like every kid at my school was beating the crap out of each other come lunchtime the first day after that show. They had to break up like 17 fights. And it was all kids doing karate who had no idea what they were doing. It's all stuff we've seen on Power Rangers. Like it was one of the funnest times at recess ever. Because teachers were like, what has gotten into these children? Like we're running around like
one of the best opening themes ever.
I didn't really realize it, but you know, they did an interview with Keith Richards, and he said the stuff that they asked him who influenced him, and he was like, "Oh, I listened to stuff like, the first stuff that I picked that I listened to was like Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters and all this other stuff." He was like, "But then you're influenced by the same stuff the stuff that you hear as a kid that you don't think you're influenced by, and then later on it makes it into a melody or something like that." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "I'm a blue toothbrush. I'm a pink toothbrush." It was an ad that ran when he was a kid, and he sang it all the time when he was a kid.
Wow.
And then, like, years later, he's playing a Stone song, and he's like, why does it sound so familiar? And then he's just like, I'm a blue toothbrush. Oh, no! I wrote it into one of our songs. Like, I use the same melody. Oh, that's my funny. God.
So, this is my screen-used whack comic Slab.
Nice.
It says it's a 1.0, but it's a 10 in my book.
That's awesome.
And by far my favorite.
The huge hole blown in it or something?
It does come with a double COA. So there's the one from the grading company, and then one that Tyler inserted in the slab.
Oh, jeez.
And it says certificate of authenticity. This hardly states that this signature is real and was witnessed by a professional guy who is very professional in his profession.
All right. What grading company is that? Is that PGS?
EGS. EGS. Yeah. EGS I've heard is really
very
good.
Cool.
That's funny.
That would definitely be my favorite slab. And if you want to see it again next week on Slab,
yeah.
I asked him bare minimum how many books do I have to be on Slab Up, and he's like, you need at least 5. And I was like, I'll work on that.
Morning, Chip. Chip joining us. Zach asked us follow-up question to Jay's. What is your ultimate slab, dream slab to have? That one's easy for me. It would be Amazing Fantasy or Amazing Spider-Man #1, right?
Yeah,
Spider-Man's first appearance.
AF-15, ASM-1, any of the early ASM books, the big books, first Goblin, first Doc Ock.
Yeah, any of those first appearances,
those
right?
are slab-worthy. Early Thor's slab-worthy, early X-Men slab-worthy.
I gotta get this slab.
That's slab-worthy. Is that Bagley? That's Bagley, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what my dream slab would be. Right now, I'd like to get a Journey 89, 983 and 89. That's what I'm shooting for this year.
What is 89? That's
It's where he's got this pose going.
Oh yeah,
He's
very
like
cool.
Spinning the hammer.
Do you have it or no?
Oh no. That's I guess my grail for this year. So
Cool.
I don't really collect Silver Surfer, but I kind of want that Silver Surfer cover with him and Thor. Like the one where you have seen, like, number 4 or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
ironically, Tyler sent me that one as well. So
What does that one say on the inside?
no, that one didn't. This one I've got to crack open, and then I'm going to write all over it and send it back in. So next time I'm on Whack Comics with those boys.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I should be offended that they haven't invited me on yet or be thankful. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Hey, seriously, the list is very long. I've been on once or twice, and I can't get back on for a while. So,
I had to go back. I had heard about it when Rob Fat Stacks was on, and he He was barbecuing with his X-Men books.
Smoking a ham. He was like smoking like a goat leg or something. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. He was smoking some kind of meat in a smoker wrap in comic book.
But it looked like so professional because he was like on location. He was set up.
Yeah,
he had all his gear. He had like a
he takes
tent,
barbecue
canopy.
very
It was
seriously.
it was funny to watch.
Yeah.
I've got
he like
my-
competition, like he's in competitions for his barbecue. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
real
Like a
deal.
fan.
Yeah.
I've got one in mind that I'm gonna have to do some fancy editing and like videoing to get it done, and then we got to figure out a way to do it where we won't get flagged. is basically what we're trying to do. So I've got that one coming up, but they kind of want me to do something with the mullet. I can show it to you. I can.
Don't cut it.
I mean, I can't cut it. I mean, it's my namesake. It can't go away. So like maybe I'm sitting there and I'm like comic mullet. So maybe I can like take a comic and cut it in the shape of my mullet and be like, this is my mullet guide. This is how I. This is.
No, you know what it is. Make a mullet cap, like a cap that you can put on. To cover it or to accentuate the mullet. That's what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Do I have any junk books around here? I don't think I have books that I can just go buy books there.
I'm sure Lee can send you a few Berserkers. I think he owns all of them in Australia.
Yeah, he bought. He only bought 3,000, and it probably took a good 1,000, 1,500 to make the suit.
I imagine when they had Berserker on a boat. And Lee just pirated all that stuff.
I know he's got like a crate of them. I'm like, did he
like him and his brother were waiting at the docks and just.
I was about to say, I can see Tyler showing up at the docks while the guys are unloading a pallet of Berserker comics, and he's like, "Hey, you can go ahead and just load those in your truck, buddy." He's like, "Got them."
Ironically, they thought it was like a big valuable book, and they just ended up with the Berserkers, and they're like, "All right, fine." We're gonna whack hack these until the end of time.
That's the whack hack I want to see. How he got all of those books.
I know, but you know what? In all seriousness, I mean that was part of the stink behind Berserker because it was supposed to be more limited, and then they mass produced it a lot more. So, in reality, they're actually increasing the value of everybody else's books. I mean. You know, in a couple years, like it's going to be scarce, and we're going to be able to thank Lee and Tyler for destroying all the other Berserkers. Yeah,
there's a couple guys in the card community, also like the junk '90s wax baseball cards, wax coated cards, or whatever, the old school baseball cards or whatever. Mm-hmm. They'll get them and they'll the junk ones. They'll rip them up, throw them in recycling, throw them away. Use them as whatever. Just tear them to pieces because they're like, hey, they made like $7 million at each one of these cards. So if you have any of these cards, I'm making your cards worth more money. So like, don't get too mad about it.
You're thinning out the herd.
Yeah. Now there's only 6,999,000.
Well, I mean, you got to think, man. Like kids in the '80s still were like putting cards in spokes. And stuff like that. Like, dude, I can tell you, there's been a few football and baseball cards that have ended up destroyed in tires of mine. So, I mean, I can tell you, it's.
Oh yeah.
They didn't all make it. Out of those 7 million, there's probably maybe about 3 still floating around somewhere. Somebody.
I went wrong with the whole thing just because I know at that time I had assumed that if it was coming out now, it's not going to be of any value. You know what I mean? And that's what I had heard about comics as well. So it was like I still took care of them, but.
Well, that's why it's like say that book's never going to be worth any money. Look, I have sold so many books that I wish I would have had right now because they're $20 to $100 books, and I sold them because they weren't good. X-Men Adventures 1, the Alpha where you see Dark Beast first appearance. I had that, sold it for like $1, like something like that. X-Men 1, I had 3 copies. I don't know what happened to one of them and 2 of them I sold. It's so many things that were like never supposed. People heard that in the '60s. Spider-Man comics are never going to be worth any money. Now look at.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Chip's got a good idea. He said, think of your mullet hat as like a smoking jacket.
Maybe I could do a smoking jacket. No, I might be able to pull that off. I don't know. I'm not a tailor.
A lot of tape, a lot of sticky tape.
Oh my god. I wonder if he just got a suit from like a Goodwill or something and like just put glue all over it, just glued the comics to it? Is that how he did it? Or did he actually paper mache a suit out of comics? Because that actually takes effort. That takes a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. Nick, what did you get handed? Another plate of breakfast?
Yeah, my mom made. I'm weird. Like when I make pancakes, like I always joke and make like one weird kind of pancake. Like I'll throw anything in it. And she took like a Chips Ahoy cookie and she's like, I made you this pancake. And I was like, is that a Chips Ahoy? It was good.
Was it
Yes,
broke up, or
please.
was it just one big Chips Ahoy?
No, it was just one big chip in the middle. It was one of those soft ones. It was good. I
Nice.
was full, but
That's what I want.
now I'm more full.
That's the advantage of living at home. You get food.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mm.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to go out and shovel soon, I guess.
It's inevitable. Unfortunately.
Well, the good thing is
You don't have a blower? Don't they have like?
Yeah, snowblower now. I don't have one. I never, I've got kids, so they can help me shovel.
There you go.
There you go.
I'd offer to come help you, dude. My roads haven't been plowed.
No, I've got.
Dad, why don't we get a snowblower? That's why I have you for.
Yeah.
Let's work it.
You are a snowblower.
That's why I got 3 shovels, because I have 3 kids. There you go.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The money I've given you, I could have bought 4 snowblowers. So you're going to get to work now.
The money I spend in
Have
food.
you done the dad thing yet, where you went out, you told them they were going to go out and do something, and instead of you helping them do it, you're just standing there kind of supervising, and then when they get done,
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
That was really hard, wasn't it? that took a lot out of me. I need a nap, and you're just like, really? What did you do? What did you do? I had to yell at you guys the whole time, like you just complained.
Takes a lot of work to hold that clipboard for a couple hours.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah, but there's like a sweet spot with kids between like 8 and like 11 or 12 where they're really helpful, and then when they're too young they cause more problems, and then when they get older they don't want to spend any time with you. They just want to eat your food. So you got to take advantage of that. And mine are well past that spot. So now they just eat my food and let
no
me know
food
when
until
the
they
Wi-Fi's
shovel.
down.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. You want lunch? Finish this driveway.
Well, that's how I can get anybody's attention in the house. I just go unplug the router, internet, and then everybody comes running.
Yep.
Are you serious? Everybody comes running?
Yeah, they just
Everybody comes walking
what's going on?
I got to reset the modem. They get there and they're like, what are you doing here? Why are you holding the cord for the router?
That's funny. So it has to be, though. All right. I'm going to go clean up. Brian, thanks for having me on, dude.
Yep, thanks for stopping in.
Of course.
Good luck with the snow.
Thanks, man. See you guys later.
Take it easy, bud.
Hope you get better.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I'll show you the video. We got, I don't know, this was from about 2 hours ago.
No.
No.
So we got about a foot of snow at least.
No.
Yeah.
If I ever looked outside and saw that here in South Carolina, I was like, well, moving to Georgia. Why? Because it's more southern. It's closer to the equator. None of this snow stuff. No.
Well, it was funny. You guys had snow like what, 2 weekends ago?
Yeah, and that was the first time we've had snow, and it iced all night Saturday. The whole night I was on spine ticks. I didn't know if I was going to make it because it was icing, like it was sleeting. You could hear it bouncing off the roof.
That's what happened here. It iced over real bad.
And then the next
shut down
day,
the whole town.
it snowed all day long. So it was like an inch and a half of ice, 3 inches of snow. And we hadn't seen anything like that since like 2006, 2008. It dropped a whole bunch of stuff here. I mean, yeah, it's once every 10 years here. We can't, we couldn't deal.
Yeah, it's pretty cold up and down the whole East Coast right now. I was looking at the temps even because Jimmy G mentioned it earlier. He said down in Florida it was like 35 or something like that. Orlando right now is like 45, so it's cold all over.
Yep.
Yeah, just subbed you up, Jimmy G. Saw your message there, bud.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be supervising the children shoveling. So checking in with the chat.
I am putting stuff up on my eBay because I found out that I need a whole bunch of work done to my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might be. Y'all stay tuned to my my Instagram. I'm gonna be putting up an offer for all my Instagram folks. I'm gonna give it to them first before I put it up on eBay. But there's something kind of big that I'm gonna have to sell. But I mean, I kind of don't want to, but at the same time, I don't ever read it. I'm just holding on to it, and I need work on my car. So I'm like, you know what? Two birds stoned at once. Let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, clear out some stuff that I don't ever read, and at the same time, make me have to come less out of pocket. My alternator pulley went out. Not the alternator, the pulley is going out. It's squeaking. So I'm gonna replace my whole. I got to replace my whole alternator, and then I might as well do the timing belt while I'm at it because I'm gonna have to take it off anyway.
Yeah, I've got. Some of the books that I pick up every week. I'm like, why am I picking these books up? I don't really read them, and they're just taking up space now. So I got to look at the pull list and see maybe about trimming that down.
I hit 1,000 books, and then I did a massive purge of at least 100 books. Just going through my collection, just being like, I never read this. It's just sitting there. It's worth money. I could buy other books that I want to read.
Right.
That's what I do. I sell books to either buy myself more books or pay maybe pay something around the house. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was Taylor Winder he had a Whatnot auction, and I think he posted it up on Instagram and said he needed beer money, so that's why he was selling some of his books.
Sounds like it. Sounds like.
Yeah, it looks like it got colder here. When I started the stream before, it was 20 degrees. Now it's 18.
Oh, I'd move. Look, Ty Locks is a Viking, but at the same time, it's not. I'm the Viking who's like, can we go raid where it's warm? I don't mind sweat.
Yeah.
It says it's in the 30s right now here, so.
Yeah, it looks like it's cold all up and down the East Coast, but. Yeah, now, snow's great, but then as you get older, like when you have, as a kid, it's great because you usually get off from school and you can just run around and play in the snow. But as you get older, then you got oh shit, I got to shovel it to get to work, and I got to deal with idiots on the road, and it's like
here they're not even.
I'm not an idiot.
Here the kids will get off for one day, and then if it goes longer than that because of everything that happened last year, they do remote learning in our school system now, so they don't even get as often anymore.
Yeah, that changes things now. Yeah, remote.
Exactly. Yes.
If you'd have told my parents, hey, he's gonna have to stay home today from school, so you're gonna have to teach him everything that he was supposed to learn today, they'd be like, what? We have a place for that. It's called school. He'll just be off for today. He won't learn anything.
Sith, that's the way to do it. Trade in some of the old stuff and fund the new stuff.
Actually, I've got. I'm going through some baseball cards that I'm going to probably take to the local, children's wing of the hospital and drop off a whole bunch of baseball cards. Stuff that I know is not going to make any money selling it, and at the same time, it's not stuff that I want to keep. So I'm either sending it out as AOKs to people I know who want it. Or,
I'm amazed though. I've been watching some of the the card channels, and some of the box openings and pack rips that they do, and they're pulling out some cards that are worth some pretty good value.
Yesterday I pulled out this one out of a pack, and this is probably one of the nicest cards I pulled especially that I'm keeping. It's a Hunter Renfroe. It's just a Hunter Renfroe parallel top, but it's the green foil one. It's numbered. It's number 321 out of 500.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, cool. So when the Braves come down to play the Reds, when the Red Sox come down to play the Braves next year, might try to get him to sign this one.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
If I can get to the field early enough, I'd have to take a whole day off work and like leave here at like 9 in the morning. But I'd get to sit around and watch the teams practice, maybe get them to sign some stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. Remy, I think didn't your wife? What is your wife's favorite character? I thought I heard her say, is it Phoenix?
Yeah, she's a big Phoenix fan.
Okay, I might have some books I might send you guys. I got some Phoenix books in my.
Oh, she would freak out. She was friend of hers sent her a box the other day. I mean, she was in tears. It was like, like I get boxes all the time. So when she gets like on the rare occasion she gets something, she goes wild. Yeah, that's unbelievable. Although I'll tell you, she's been, I've been talking about how she got bit by the bid bug, and sure enough, we were talking about it last night, and I think she said she's spent like $400 or $500 this month on comics. And I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
You could have got like a big book for that. She's like, I'm not going to buy a big book. I was like, okay, shoot.
Man, that's dangerous if you're both collecting.
No. I mean, she's always been like, when we go out, she'll find like one or two, and lately, I don't know, she's been hitting up some auctions, and I don't know, stuff I didn't even know she was interested in. I was like, I didn't even know you liked that character. She's like, well, I do. So,
well, I do. So this is going home with me.
Yeah. I think part of it, she just got tired of me opening up everything. So she's like, I'm opening up something now too.
The first girl that I was dating when I did YouTube, like, she thought I was crazy. She's like, hey, she was like, people know your real name. Isn't that like dangerous? And like I would send off stuff to people, and she'd be like, you're giving somebody our address. I was like, he's in like, California. He's not getting on a plane to come over here and steal our stuff. I promise you. That's way too big of an undertaking. He's not an international housekeeper. Okay. Like, well, maybe he is, but he makes videos on the regular, so I'm assuming not. Like,
so one guy's been plotting against you for years, waiting for that time.
And then at the same time,
wait till he sends me something, and I have to.
Wait till you send me something good that I want. I'm coming to get that one. I know where you live.
Then I'll drive cross country and,
Yeah. And then the first time I had a package show up in the mail, and she's like, who sent you this? And I was like, somebody I know off of YouTube. And she was like, a stranger sent you free stuff? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, why? And I was like, as a gift. And she was like, who gives gifts? Who does? She was like, if I get on YouTube, can I get free stuff? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they do that with stuff that you're into. Like, what are you into? Like,
well, I think the women have the advantage on going on YouTube and getting free stuff, or Instagram.
Well, her stuff was like the beauty care products. Like, I know there's a bunch of different. She sold the stuff called Posh. Basically, what she did was she bought this stuff in bulk at like warehouse prices to resell for more, because it's basically a pyramid scheme. But basically, what she was doing was just buying the stuff and then keeping it and using it. So basically, she was buying the stuff cheap and then just paying the money back herself. And then just using the stuff. And I was like, you could just buy the stuff. You could just buy the stuff. She's like, but I get it cheaper this way. It's like me opening up a comic book store so I get my books cheaper.
Yeah, right.
Why didn't I think of that? Just buy the
because then you're pulling up a cost,
Oh, geez.
But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I was watching this stream with Seth on Thursday, and at one point I think he had to go take a pee break because he was drinking so much. So I understand.
2 years. Yeah. That's the way it goes, man. You like think on something, then you see it. Like, what kills me is seeing it in person. If I'm at a store or I'm at a shop or a con and I see one and I've been wanting one, I'm usually like, how much you want for that? And that's how it starts. And it's all downhill from there. And then like your girlfriend's like, stop saying numbers. Like, you're going up. You're not supposed to be going up.
I'm been getting excited because there's been a couple books that I've seen like pop up. I'm like, oh shoot, I have that, and then I have to go find it. And I'm like, I had no idea this ever. Who knew? Like, who knew this was gonna do anything?
Your cat showing off in the background again, doing.
And we stop. Hey, quit being a diva.
Anybody read the Ninja Turtles this week? I didn't.
I haven't gotten the. I think it's the last issue was good. Yeah, with the punk rock. I've been on sabbatical. I'm about to start back up my full list stuff. Then I got to backtrack. And of course, all these new awesome characters seem to be coming out when I was like, I'm going to take a month off.
Yeah. You missed Strange Academy, the big Thor books, right? There's a bunch of hot books that last couple weeks. Yeah.
And the last issue of Thor I read was the beginning of the storyline. And I was like, oh man, I'm about to stop for a month, and this thing's like getting really good now. Because I was like this close to dropping this book, and then they started the whole who got the hammer thing, who stole the hammer thing. And they went to where the dwarves made it, and then the dwarves were all dead, and they're like, oh no, that's not good. And I'm like, who is it? And then I took a break. So.
All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up. I gotta go
All
supervise the shoveling. So
you have fun with that.
I was just gonna say, have fun with that, sir.
Yeah, it's not a chainsaw unboxing, but it's just as fun. So, but thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys jumping on this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks for opening it up, man.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and weekends, and we'll leave. Let me see. What do we want to? I think Jimmy G's still here. I'll give him the dancing intro again. So, all right, guys. Thanks.
You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with